thought had left. Between the walls, a soft refrain. She's there again, not quite the same. This record played 1,000 nights, but I had never heard it right. Each word she sang was folded tight. Now every syllable holds light. I played her voice, the room stood still. It wrapped the space and bent my will. Like smoke from dreams I left behind, she stayed in songs I failed to find. Final angel once held time. Her voice still lives between each line. No name remains, no final note, but all she was, the music wrote. A trace of love without a name, a warmth that lingers past the flame. I used to hum, then turn away, but now her tone asks me to stay. She said so much I never knew it bloomed too late, yet still feels true. I pressed rewind, the silence grew. She wasn't gone, just out of view. No image stayed, no sound replayed, but something stirred deep in my side. Vinyl angel once held time. Her voice still lives between each line. A song to breathe, a breath to slide, still keeps me close on quiet nights. Not flesh, not light, not bound by days, but always there in subtle ways. She moves where silence used to be, a hush that sinks beneath the key. Mm. 気づいたのはずっと後だった。君の声がただの歌じゃなかったこと、何気ない言葉が全部私のさよならだったんだね。それに今さら気づいたって、もう遅いね。でもありがとう。私やっと聞けたから。The record stops, the dusk sets in. A quiet stretches deep and thin. She never said the words out loud, but now they echo strong and proud. You drew a star upon the map with your fingers soft and fast. We laughed and said, someday we'll see, right here beneath this maple tree. I passed that corner just today. The bench was there, the skies were gray. The leaves had fallen soft and still, like time had kept our little will. I waited long past afternoon, hoped you'd arrive beneath the moon. And though the air began to freeze, I stayed, just breathing in the leaves. We promised a place to meet again when we were braver back at 10. A simple vow, no time, no frame, but I believed you meant the same. So I returned with heart in hand to stand where we once chose to stand. I watched the people passing by, each silhouette I checked with eyes, and everyone that wasn't you cut like a truth I never knew. Maybe you forgot the date, or maybe love just came too late. But even as the hours bled, I stayed for what we left unsaid. We promised a place to meet again, a secret dream, a quiet win. But night arrived and you were not, and I stood still while you forgot. Some promises don't fade in air, they just dissolve when no one's there.覚えてないかもしれないけど、私はちゃんとあの場所に戻ったよ。でもあなたは来なかった。それでも待ってたんだよ。 We promised a place to meet again, but only one of us remained. I held the silence like a name and watched it echo back the same. Not angry now, just soft and true. Some dreams are meant for only one to hold on to. So I sat alone until the end, where we once said we'd meet again. And in the quiet I let go of what I hoped you'd still remember. Just a quiet name. You spoke it like a spark, a whisk through rain. You didn't promise I would rise, but gave me stars to chase at night. You never told me where to go. You only told me not to bow. And in your silence I could hear a voice that made the dark less near. You planted hope like hidden seeds and inside my doubts, beneath my needs. And when I faltered, lost and slow, your faith was all I had to show. You gave me the dream with no map drawn, no safety line to lean upon. You passed the flame into my hand, but never told me where to land. I've tried to grow it into sky, but some days all I do is cry. They say that dreams can make you strong, but mine just asks where you have gone. I wear your words like second skin, but miss the warmth they carried in. I walk with echoes soft and wide of every time you stood beside. But now the path is cold and deep, and I can't wake you from my sleep. You gave me the dream and disappeared, and left me holding all your years. You trusted me with all your fire, but didn't teach me how to climb higher. What do I do with all this weight? I wanna see you, hear you say, you don't have to do it all, just carry what you can recall. But now I'm shouting in a sky that never answers, never replies. You gave the dream and walked away, and I still search for what to say. You leave the dream, I hold it tight, even when I lose the light. And maybe one day when it's time, you'll see me walking toward the climb. Until then I'll try to be worthy of the dream in me. You gave me the dream, and that was enough. I left a violet by your door, not sure what I was hoping for. No note, no name, no final line, just purple petals out of time. You always said you liked the rain. It hid the things we couldn't name. I watched you leave with silent grace, like violets pressed between the page. Some flowers bloom where eyes can't see, and wilt beneath what might have been. But even silence leaves a trace, like purple ink on silver lace. The meaning of violets isn't loud, it never stands out in a crowd. It's quiet love, it's hidden grace. It lingers in the empty space where words were meant but never said, where hearts once touched but turned instead. I saw you once across the street, 1,000 miles beneath your feet. You didn't see the way I froze, still clutching what I never showed. I smiled like strangers are. words might confess. The meaning of violence isn't bright. It's wrapped in dusk, not morning light. It doesn't shout, it doesn't beg. It rests where silence learns to ache. And though the color fades with years, its roots still bloom in quiet tears. ずっと言えなかった。でも言わなかったことが私なりの大切だったのかもしれない。だからあの花に全てを預けた。気づかれなくてもただあなたのそばに咲いてほしかっただけ。 The meaning of violets always stays between the lines. We didn't say no grand goodbye, no final kiss, just one small bloom in place of this. You'll never know, and that's okay. Some loves are meant to fade that way. So if you see a violin lit near, know someone once held you dear. There's a gate where ivy climbs the stone, where flowers knew our names alone. The path we trace still hopes unspent, though now I walk it without end. We watch the tulips bloom then go, like seasons we refuse to know. Your shadow brushed the mossy wall, and I forgot to breathe at all. No need for words, you looked, I knew. Some love just moves the air it's through. We left no vows, we left no key, but something stayed inside of me. The garden we walk through still feels like part of you. I hear your laugh when robins fly. It plays like wind, not asking why. And though the blooms are brown and dry, I pass it still when dreams drift by. The bench still leans, the stone is cracked. The lilacs bloom then don't come back. But somehow in this quiet shade, I feel the touch we never made. You left no mark but all remains. No thunder, just the gentle rain. Anohino anata wo mada voiteru. Like purple light before it breaks, you never leave the ground it takes. So I won't tend it every spring, but in my mind it grows every swing. No photographs, no final sound, just steps we left without a bound. And if you ever wander near, you'll find my heart still blooming here. So I won't tend it every spring, but in my mind it grows everything. press your name like I always do. Finger paused on call at 2:02. No expectations left to wait, but silence still has things to say. The dial tone was cold and slow. I let it ring, I let it go. Each second loud, but nothing came. No voice, no word, not even blame. I wasn't asking for reply, I just needed you to know I tried. That even distance wide and deep can't mute the promises I keep. Even if you didn't answer, even if the screen stayed black, even if the words just wandered and no one ever called me back, it meant something when I called. It meant more that I still stalled. I thought of things I used to say and wondered if you'd hear them play. Just background noise, a quiet hum of everything we've left undone. And maybe you were sound asleep, or maybe pain just runs too deep. But part of me still hopes you knew that reaching out was loving you. Even if you didn't answer, even if the tone just died, even if it hurt to wonder what it would have felt like to confide. The call was real, the call was me, not just noise or history. 電話がつながらなくてもあなたの名前を欲したこと、それだけで私の気持ちは届いてたかな。答えがなくても Even if you didn't answer, even if you turned away, I'll keep that moment in my pocket. A quiet call I made that day. It didn't need a voice to end, it just meant I meant to mend. I hung up slow, the light was dim, the room still full of what had been. And even though you didn't speak, I said what I needed to. You said it soft, just like a breeze. One hand half raised, a look at me. No sudden weight, no final tone, just words that left me all alone. The sidewalk cracked beneath my feet, but I still heard your echo speak. I took the left, you went the right, and we both vanished out of sight. I told myself it's not the end, you'll text or maybe just pretend. But seasons passed and nothing came, and I still whispered your name. You said see you around, not goodbye. So I stayed near, I waited right where stories bend but never snap, where silence pulls the loudest hardest trap. I wasn't sure how long to wait, but part of me never moved away. I passed the cafe just last week. Your seat was empty, soft and meek. The lamp still blinked like it would know, but none of us knew where you'd go. Some people leave, but not in full. They leave their light in little balls, like folded notes you meant to send, or doorways that don't close again. You said see you around and smiled low, like I just turned and let you go. But I believed it in my chest, like love that never needs a rest. And though you meant no harm, no wait, I stayed right here with half the faith.ただの言葉だったかもしれでも私にはそれが全てだった。ずっと待ってたんだよ。 You said see you around and I stayed like someone lost in what we made. Not quite a goodbye, not quite clear, just holding on to what felt near. But all that's left is fading sound. You said see you, you're not around. I walked that path, but now I know some people leave so soft, they go. Held the moment like a thread, but watched it fall like words unsaid. The light was warm, the sky was clear, but time was louder than the fear. You smiled and it felt infinite, but even stars don't stay well lit. I tried to freeze what couldn't stay, but silence washed the frame away. And I thought forever lived in you, but time has ways to slip straight through, like sand in a time hourglass. You and I, too soft to last. We touched like waves but never stayed. The tide pulled back what we had. us live.時間は止まってくれなかった。あなたを掴もうとしたのに指の隙間からこぼれてしまった。それでもあの瞬間のぬくもりは今でもちゃんと残ってる。 Like sand in a time hourglass, you and I a fleeting gasp. And though the end came far too soon, I see your face inside the moon. We lost the time but not the feel. You're gone but you were always real. I slammed the door, said I was done. Couldn't take the rules, the way things run. Grabbed my coat and shaky pride. Didn't care who stood outside. The night was cold, my chest was hot. I thought you cared, but maybe not. I went to pack the same old shelf to leave behind the younger self. I reached for it, my secret plan, the suitcase with the broken clasp. But it was gone, the space was bare, like someone knew it would end there. No one stopped me with a shout. No one asked what I was mad about. But still somehow you spoke so loud, by hiding what would lead me out. You hid the suitcase, didn't plead, didn't beg or try to lead. You didn't cry, didn't explain, just made it harder to board the train. And that was love I didn't know until much later, long ago. I sat alone, the hallway dim, the TV low, the edges grim. I waited for your voice to rise, but all I heard was softer skies. A mug still warm, a coat on hook, the way you always left it stuck. The porch light on, the window cracked, and every gesture pulling back. You let me feel that I could choose, but gently made it hard to lose. And even though you said no word, your quiet answer still was heard. You hid the suitcase, not my will. You let me stand, you let me feel. You didn't say I love you, stay. You showed it in a simpler way, and I mistook that for control. But now I see it saved my soul. You hid the suitcase, but not me. You left a light that I could see. No lecture said, no sorry note, but everything you didn't quote was louder than the words I craved. The silence is what made me stay. Now I walk past where it stood, that little shelf of childhood wood, and smile at what you didn't say. You loved me in your quiet way. It's getting The streets are wet. I hear the hum of things we said. The corner store still keeps its light, and I still walk this way at night. You used to meet me by the sign, umbrella tilted over mine. You never asked why I looked down, just held the silence without sound. But seasons change and so do shoes. I learned the ways I had to lose, to find the pace I call my own, to walk these sidewalks all alone. No need to pick me up tonight. The sky is soft, the moon is light. I know the way, I'll take it slow. Some roads are best when walked alone. I'm not in pain, I'm not in fear, just learning how to see things clear. You always came when I was late, or left a note beside the gate. But time has taught me how to stay, without a hand to guide the way. It's not goodbye, it's not regret, it's not a promise I forget. Just something simple, quiet, true. The kind of love that lets me choose. No need to pick me up tonight. The lights are soft, the air is right. And even if I miss your care, it doesn't mean you're not still there. I'm not alone, I'm not adrift, just walking home with hello to live. 迎えに来なくていいってやっと自分の足で言えた。それは強がりじゃなくて、あなたのおかげで一人で歩けるようになったから。No need to pick me up tonight. I found my rhythm in this quiet. And maybe if we meet someday, you'll see the girl who walked away. No loss, not hurt, not giving up, just softly saying thanks enough. So don't wait at the corner light, I'm taking care of me tonight. I walked through every room again, touched every cup, replayed the rain. I traced your name on fogged up glass to see what stayed and what had passed. Your coat was gone, your voice was too, but echo still hung in the blue. No letter left, no final word, just smiled where you would lead. I played your songs in darker keys, as if you hid in minor beats. I search for anger, search for wrong, but maybe love just fades too long. You didn't shout, you didn't run, you simply slowly became gone. I try to find the reason you left in every yes, in every guess. I wore your shirts, I read our chats, looking for logic in all that. But silence isn't just a sound, it's what remains when truth's not found. If you had said I need to go, I might have understood the snow. But even snow at least leaves wet. You left, and all you left was quiet. 何が理由だったのか、どこに答えがあったのか、何度も探したでもどこにも見つからなくて、私だけが理由を欲しがっていたことに気づいた。I try to find the reason you left, but maybe reasons just forget, and maybe love just comes to rest inside the hearts it once possessed. You left without a script or scene, and I'm still holding what might have been. Now every silence sounds like you, and every answer feels untrue. We shared our names beneath the swing, a promise shaped in early spring. I wore your jacket much too wide, but it fit the way we used to hide. Now dinner's quiet, lights are dim, you're in the room but not within. We speak in lines that barely touch, and smile too small and blink too much. I still remember how we were before the future turned to blur, before your hand would pull away and time forgot what we would say. You used to talk about July, about the city, stars, the sky, but now you say we'll see, who knows, and close your eyes before it shows. I pack the dreams inside a box, the ones you left beside the clocks. I tried to read between your moves, but all you left was empty rooms. I told myself it's not the end, but I don't know what else 私はちゃんと好きだったって思える。I stood before a door I knew. The paint had chipped, the sky was blue. The steps still leaned the way they did when laughter lived beneath the lid. I reached for keys I thought I had. The habit made my fingers sad. They searched my code, my mind, my name, but nothing there had stayed the same. No lock, no guard, no heavy gate, just space that knew it's far too late. And still I knocked in silent code, like ghosts might answer from the cold. I forgot my key today to a place that slipped away. No footsteps came, no voices stirred, just quiet where we used to word. And even if I found the steel, would doors still open if hearts don't feel? I touched the wood, the old brass frame. It didn't ask, it didn't blame. It simply stood like it had known that some who leave don't quite come home. The porch light flickered once, then died, like one last blink before goodbye. The wind moved slow, the dust turned thin, but nothing let me back within. I forgot my key today to what end I couldn't stay. The house was there, the sky still kind, but I was not the one that finds and finds. And even if the door forgave, some things are lost the more you save. I forgot my key today, and maybe I had lost my way. But some goodbyes don't make a sound, they just don't